Hello. Welcome to Saturday Morning Dooger. Let me go ahead and tweet that we are live. I always sound so, like, not excited in my tweets because I keep trying to do the, like, no capitals unless there's a reason to have capitals thing. And it makes all of my tweets seem so, like, another day, another dollar. My 2-year-old said hello back. Oh, how sweet. I hope you and your 2-year-old are having an amazing day. Me and my 4-year-old are having a pretty good day so far. Can't complain. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, that's a look. That's certainly a way to do things. Going on 4 hours of sleep after Neon Divide. Yeah. I feel you. The second that I left the room that we do VR in, Clark was just standing there. And I was like, hey, darling. She's like, hi, mommy, I'm hungry. All right, let's go. Yeah. Today, I didn't get to, I didn't get to have the like, mommy, are you being a mushroom? What are you doing? What's happening? I didn't get that this morning. No. It was just, hello, mother. It's time. It's time for me to be fed. Yeah, last night's session was really good. Yeah, Space Pirate Pluto is one of our extras now. Yarp. Hello. Hi, guys. Welcome. 12 more hours to survive. I went to the row this session and immediately like 3 different people were like, hey, maybe this isn't the best place to be right now. And I was like, I have to be here. I guess technically I do have a choice, but like I need to be here right now. So if y'all want to like expedite me, that's great. That's fine. But like I'm not leaving without getting at least something done down here. I'm gonna try to go to the wasteland next session, and I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. It's like, you shouldn't be here right now. It's not very safe here. You should leave. And I'll be like, no! I have exactly 4 questions, and then I'll leave. Oh, why, thank you. So, Mena Manera is one of our extras, and I posted the Decompose the Rich shirt in the Neon Divide player Discord, and he like immediately took that image, put it into Photoshop, and deleted the background, and then gave it to me as like a transparent image, because I joked like, I'm gonna have this shirt, but really the person who should have this shirt is Moral, right? And I know, formerly Jerry, yeah. And so now I have that. Now I can put Moral in a shirt that says Decompose the Rich, which just feels... Here's the thing, is it's not my design. This is my design. It's not my design, right? This is a shirt that like someone else designed. So I don't know how I feel about putting it on my character unless I'm constantly like, by the way, if you want this shirt, here's the link to the store. And you might say, but Dodger, you wear all kinds of shirts all the time. You are a person who wears shirts, and you don't always give, you know, a big like, hey, this is where I got this shirt. But I think there's an implication with something like a model, like a VR model, that you designed all of it, you know, and I don't want that implication there. The opposite happened to me. A friend made me a mock-up model. It later turned out the shirt she wore was real, so I bought it and I own it now. That's very good. That's very good. I like that. Could you edit the link onto the shirt in a way that's visible? I kind of doubt it. Yeah, I guess that's the easiest way, is to message the person that I bought the shirt from and be like, hi. Weird question. I bought this shirt. I really want to put it on my VR model. That's a wholesome option. If I'm like, hi, I bought this shirt for myself. I also want to put it on my VR model in this weird LARP that I'm in. It doesn't matter. But what does matter is, can I buy the shirt again? And we'll pretend that I bought it for my VR character. That's a cute option. Maybe we'll do that. Oh, thank you. This is one of my favorite mugs. I've said before, the style of this mug is exactly like all of the mugs that were in the diner that was in my hometown. Every mug looked like this, and so I have such a soft spot for this mug. Your outfit looks cute. Thank you. It's just a t-shirt and a hat. I appreciate it, though. Dodger bought it from Etsy, I think, but I've also seen it on Redbubble. Same phrase with a different design. Not sure who is stealing whose design. Sure. I haven't seen that exact shirt anywhere else, you know? There's an Undertale mug in the same style? What? Have you barricaded the door? I always do. Oh my god, Grillby's mug. Oh my god. I might buy it. That's so funny. I think this one is also from Fangamer. They must have just a bunch of these lying around. Arnar, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Welcome to the Cat Gang, everybody. It's out of stock. Son of a bitch. I'm curious now, though. What mugs do you have? And you might be thinking, Dodger, don't. Dodger, no. Not like this. Yes, like this. You know, it's really cute. Clark wanted me to put on my wedding dress today. And I was like, I literally haven't worn this dress since the day I got married, which I think is pretty normal. It's like, I haven't worn this dress since then. I don't really remember what it looked like. Like, I know what it looks like in the pictures, you know, but I don't know what this is gonna look like on. There was something very special about the just squeal of delight from my kid. When I put on my dress, she was like, Mommy! That dress looks amazing! It's so beautiful! I was like, thanks. I agree. It is amazing and beautiful. Thank you very much. I still need to figure out what I'm wearing to my brother's wedding. The wind was just kicked out of my sails after that horse outfit didn't wind up panning out, you know? I was telling Sam about it. I was like, yeah, my friends and I literally put together an entire outfit that was all horse themed. And he had the immediate reaction that I knew he would, which is, you don't even care about horses. I was like, I know! The great remuggening. Yeah. I'll never find a shirt that is quite as special as that stupid fucking horse shirt. I'll never have a shirt like that. Have we seen the wedding dress before? Yeah, pictures of Sam and I were posted. My dress was awesome. It was super cool. A friend of mine made it. One sec. I bet I can find pictures. Yup. I'm trying to find a good picture that like shows the whole thing. There's lots of pictures of me like obviously guffawing, which, you know, is good. So this is the one that I think is easiest to find. So that was my dress. The top part is really cool. And the reason I wasn't showing that picture originally is because I'm covering up part of the top. But I basically, instead of a veil, I had a cape. So that's what's over my shoulders is my cape, and there's a big hood. And, oh, here's a picture of me and Happily Aaron. This one's cute. So that was what my cape looked like. More people should use capes in weddings because they're just fucking cool. And where's a good picture of the top? Okay. This will have to do. But I am guffawing in it. I am doing like a So the whole top basically is made of mesh that was dyed to be the same color as my skin. And then hilariously, we had another wedding that we went to before our wedding. His best friend got married literally right before us. And I tanned just enough by accident that it wasn't the exact right color anymore. But it's fine. But that's how these dresses that do the like, oh, there's flowers all over the boobies. How are they being held up? That's how they do it. So I had said to my friend I really loved the look of those sorts of dresses, and so that's what we wound up trying to make. So the top was like a bunch of different like flowers and things that, you know, covered my nibblies, and then the bottom skirt started off white and then got more and more peach colored at the bottom. It's very pretty. Yeah. We were cutting the cupcake, you know? Cupcakes is cake. Interesting. It's a super nice option if you are trying to make it so that people with different intolerances can eat the cake, you know? So we did cupcakes of a few different flavors. Some of them were dairy-free, some of them were gluten-free. I had joked, and Sam said, we're not doing that. I had joked, wouldn't it be amazing if just like 2 of them were secretly jalapeno? And Sam said, absolutely not. There are going to be elderly people at this wedding, and I'd rather no one die at it. And I was like, that's fair. But I still think that would have been amazing. I still think that was a great idea. It's fine, though. Exactly. I was like, what if we just put a big sign on it that's like, these are Russian roulette cupcakes. The rappers will tell you, like, you know, like yellow rappers tell you that they're dairy free, pink rappers tell you they're gluten free, whatever, but like two of them are a nightmare. Tread with caution. Yeah, I just wanted a prank wedding. I asked Sam if he would be down to renew vows someday, and he was like, yeah, sure. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna start thinking of all of those pranks now so that I can truly have, because, you know, we had the beautiful, lovely wedding where everybody had a great time, and, you know, it had like amazing food and good music and good friends and whatever. So I've now secured a second chance to have the gremlin wedding. I have plenty of time to set it up. It was not a rental. No, a friend made it. So it's literally in my closet. I tried it on for Clark today and she loved it. And then she tried on the cape and was like, it's so big. I was like, yeah, it's really long. Yeah. Oh my God. That would be incredible. If your wedding was secretly a murder mystery wedding. You would have to tell people before somebody like pretended to die, you know, because I'm not out here trying to traumatize people. I'm just looking to have a good time. So, you know, everybody shows up, you establish a dress code, and everyone's like, that seems a bit fancy for these two. Everybody shows up, they're like, what an interesting, like, weird manner that they've chosen to renew their vows in. This is more exorbitant than their original wedding was. But maybe this was the wedding that they really wanted, and they went with something a bit more low-key before, you know? Who knows? And then they walk in, and then suddenly they know, because it's very obviously a murder mystery wedding. Yeah, it'll be very good. Or really lean into the idea of people really need to take the time to read shit. And the second that they walk in, they're all given an envelope with their name on it. And if you open the envelope, you get the full rundown on what's going on. But nobody's going to verbally say it to you. So there's going to be somebody who didn't bother to read what's in their envelope, and they're gonna be so fucking confused. Yes. I'm gonna call up Pluto and be like, Brad, I need your help. I need my vow renewal to essentially be an escape room. A murder mystery escape room. How do we set this up? How do we do this? Yes! Yes, we could do the jalapeno roulette cupcakes, but if you eat a jalapeno cupcake, then you have to, like, very dramatically die. That sounds amazing. What would happen if Jesse was the person who didn't read what's in the envelope? Then I would never hear the end of it, and to be honest, you'd probably get like a 3-hour-long Cox and Crender where all he did was talk about how confused he was. How long ago did you guys marry? 4.5 years ago is when our wedding ceremony was. We've been together for 9 years this year. But I think we had our wedding ceremony, and I think that same year is when I got pregnant with Clark. So I think it's just Clark's age plus like 6 to 9 months. I'm invited to my first marriage in August. Any tips? Any tips? I don't know if you are someone who would be wearing a dress, but I don't know how many times people have like said over and over again, do not wear white to a wedding. Don't wear white. There's like a weird, I think that it's partially that you don't want anybody else. Sometimes people just show up to weddings dressed so elaborately, and I think it's just like you don't want to be competing with the bride or the groom, right? Is good form. So don't wear a dress that looks like it might potentially be your wedding. Yeah, there's also that. I have been to weddings that were dry weddings. I've been to weddings that had an open bar. Hopefully you will be given an idea of what the alcohol situation is there. But if you are somebody who expects to drink at a wedding, manage that expectation a little bit, because there are plenty of reasons, like religious reasons, family reasons, whatever, for people to have a wedding where they don't want anyone drinking. So be aware of that. Just so that, you know, you aren't going against the bride and groom's wishes, or groom and groom, or bride and bride, or bride bride groom, or groom groom bride. Whatever it winds up being. Yeah, if you say that something is dry, it means no alcohol. Groom groom bride sounds like a variation of duck duck goose. I like that. Oh boy, I wish that would help here. People just drink because it's tradition. At one of my friends' weddings, they did not offer alcohol, but the groom was like, if you want to bring alcohol and put it into your drinks, that's fine. Just don't like very obviously, you know, don't be like showing it off or like talking about it. Just, you know, if you want to bring like a flask or something, feel free. I don't care. So that's what we did. We brought a couple flasks with like a couple different types of alcohol in them and put them in our purses. And all of us got drinks and then like splashed a little bit of something in them if we wanted to. And it was fine. Because, you know, we were respectful. Why no alcohol? In this case, it was for religious reasons. Y'all are currently my Final Fantasy XIV companion stream. It's time to grind. Nice. Yeah. I think eloping is a great option. I think there are all kinds of options that can literally just be like, I want 4 people at this wedding, you know? And I think that's great. Yes, that is also true. At our wedding, we made sure that we had lots of non-alcoholic options that were front and center, like really obvious, because my side of the family definitely has people who have struggled with alcoholism. So we were like, well, we're not going to say no drinking, but instead we're going to try and like go out of our way to make sure that there is plenty to drink that is not alcoholic. So but yeah, having alcohol at your wedding, just like feeding people is already so expensive. It's already so expensive to give people a meal. Adding on just like a bunch of alcohol is very, very expensive. So I think that's also a perfectly valid reason to be like, you know, bring whatever you want, but we are not providing it. We're doing something similar to that and no hard liquor. Our friends turn up when they drink. We want to keep it in check. I'm a chef. The markup for a wedding meal is insane. I'm sure. The markup for anything, if you say it's for a wedding, is like crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at least to me, if someone says we eloped, that word has the implication that you went to a courthouse with the person you want to marry and you brought people to be your witnesses and you signed a document that said, yep, we're married now. And that's eloping. Something around that idea is eloping to me. If somebody says we got married or we had a wedding, that's more of like a we did the theater of it all, right? Like we did the performance of the wedding. But to elope to me is just, you know, we went in, we signed the shit, maybe we smooched, and we got the fuck out of there and, you know, did whatever we wanted with the rest of our day. So just the legal part without the celebration. Yeah, as far as the like, here comes the bride, you know, sort of part goes. I've had plenty of friends who have done the courthouse thing for, you know, to just like get the vows and whatever and the signing and the shit, get all that done, trade rings, whatever they want to do, right? And then the thing that they really like pour time into is like a party after that. And so nobody is really there for the, yep, let's get married. Yep, let's get married. Ring, ring, high five, smooches, we leave. And then after that is when it's like, okay, everybody want to like meet up, have some food, you know. I think theme weddings are so fun. I've thought before, like, if I had a do-over and just like a lot of time and energy on my hands, would I like to do a theme wedding? I don't know what the theme would even be. You know? I see these like videos of people who are like, yeah, you know, my husband and I are super into books. So we decided that our whole wedding was going to be book themed. Or my husband and I have been LARPing for years. So we decided that our wedding was going to be a Ren fair. You know, I'm just like, that's so cool. I have no idea what Sam and my wedding theme would be if we were going to do a themed wedding, you know? Unless it's a murder mystery theme. See, we brought it all back. Very excited to murder Jesse Cox at my future vow renewal. I would attend more weddings if they were murder mysteries, right? Oh my god. Here's what happens. Here's what happens. Okay, are you ready? Holy shit. Okay. It seems like it's gonna be a really straightforward, normal vow renewal, right? Sam's at the front with someone. I'm coming down the aisle. I'm wearing the same dress I wore at my original wedding. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. The full circle. I get to the front. The whoever the fuck, the officiant is like, we're gathered here today. And then the lights go black! The lights go out! And then there's thunder and lightning! And then when the lights come back on, both Sam and I are dead on the floor. But like, it's very obviously like, you know, dead on the floor. And then they're like, who did this? And then the incredible team of trained professionals that we will have hired will take all of our friends on a magical mystery tour of a weird mansion that we somehow managed to rent. And meanwhile, Sam and I get to just chill because we're dead. We died right at the start. They take us to another room. It's decked out. There's tons of food in there. We chill. We get to just chill. And then, you know, we'll have it set up so that like every now and then another person who's like, you know, invited to the wedding dies. And then they get to come into the room with us and we get to have some like one-on-one time, you know? Every time somebody dies, they get to just like, I don't know, go to a cabana and just hang out by the pool and have a drink and just chill. This is a great idea. Print it. Jesse would die first and he'd be furious about it. And then I would be like, Jesse, we ensured that you would die first because we wanted to spend some time with you, bud. And then he'd go, no, shut the fuck up. That's not true. And all the lying would have been for nothing. When you die, you get to the real wedding. Yes. That's the thing, right? How do we involve Clark? Because she has to be part of it. or is she the lead detective? She bursts out. She was the flower girl. You know, again, classic shit. She was the flower girl. She jumps up the second we're dead. She's not in mourning. She's not crying. She points and she goes, "Who did this?" And then she pulls out a magnifying glass and a little hat. By that point, how old will she be by then? If we did say our 20-year anniversary, oh my god. She could go really hard at this, you know? This is a great plan. And that's like 15 years from now, right? So like anybody who might just kind of hear about this will have forgotten by then. Mm-hmm. If we waited long enough, I feel like for a vow renewal, people probably like to wait for a nice round number. But if we waited long enough, and she decided that she wanted to go to college, right? Say that she decides right out of, you know, whatever upper school shit is called here. The second she's done with that, she's like, I'm going to university. She vanishes, right? She's off. She's living her life. That's the perfect scenario. Because we're like, oh, Clark's running late, but she'll definitely be here. Lights out! Darkness! Thunder! Lightning! Lights back up! We're dead on the floor! Clark bursts from behind a curtain! Who did this? Be incredible. This is my plan. This is what's gonna happen. This is the community theater I deserve, and it will. Community theater is the exact level I'm going for. No context, nothing, just the scenario. I'm sold. We're talking about Sam and my vow renewal. And how I insist on it being a shit show. I'll start a Kickstarter. I'll go to Netflix and pitch it. Yeah. The 15-year ARG that leads up to this. Who did it though? I don't know. I don't know. This is my first time spitballing this shit. The man in the mustard suit? What the hell? I need to do one of those foot peels again. I've got these two like hard bumps on the bottom of my foot. It's not ideal. They don't hurt, but they just feel like really thick buildups of skin. If that makes sense. Sorry for anybody who cringed so hard. Sam and Dukes killed each other. Ugh. Beautiful. Terrible. I guess like calluses. I guess so. I think my foot, it looks normal. But, you know. Did Sam get his ears sorted? Yes. Yeah, I was talking about it yesterday. Sam and I plan on playing the quarry together. The chickens are good. I started watching a bunch of videos about fermenting chicken food. So I don't know, maybe I'll fuck around and try fermenting my chicken feed. We did play Tales from the Borderlands, yep. What would fermenting chicken feed do? It's just like to introduce like good bacteria into the chicken's diet, basically. So what some people will do is they'll basically take like a scoop of chicken feed and then add a little water, and then have it on like a 2-day or a 3-day rotation. So you always have like 3 containers fermenting at once. And say you like stacked them or something. The top one you would feed to the chickens and then put new feed in it, add a little water, make sure you stir all of them, and then put the new one at the bottom. So you're always like pulling from the top, that kind of a thing. Have you called quits on the new Sherlock game? Yes. Yeah. I have no intention of playing more of that game. Yeah, Bergie's feet are fine. She is still like really struggling with the broodiness. I thought the new coop was gonna show up days ago. Still has not shown up for me, which I'm really annoyed about. Because originally I was like, that'll be perfect because then I can keep her separate for a little bit. I can keep her in a separate situation. And let the other 2 chickens like get used to the new coop, but is there a list of games you've played on stream? There is not, but typically I'll look at the games that are suggested, and if I've played it before, I just give your points back. I need to stop touching my feet. What type of games do I like? I like Metroidvania games. I like roguelites. I like puzzle games. I like boss rush games. I enjoy the beginning of management games, but I don't like them when they get too complex. Uh-huh. I did play V Rising, yeah. It was very fun. Not Civ games, no, absolutely. Absolutely not. The number of horses that ping our doorbell, dude. First stream I'm able to catch all week and my internet keeps dying. No! The worst. Yeah, Neon Divide was really good last night. I liked it a lot. I'm officially in the Undercity Clinic group chat now, so that's nice. But yeah, I feel like I got a lot done, and at the same time didn't get as much done as I wanted, but the session ended in a really intense way, so I have the same flannel. Yes, Sam and I have been watching Spy X Family. It's very cute. Do I miss the YouTube days? No, not really. I feel like that makes it sound like I don't see value in those days. That's not what I'm saying. I really enjoyed that time. I think I did a lot of really good growing. I don't miss it though. No, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, it's very cute. Are there any projects you'd like to do that you think would be suited for YouTube? I don't know. I used to say yes, but I don't really know anymore. Like, I really love the long form, like video essay stuff, right? And I've talked about doing video essays before. I think that those have to exist as YouTube videos. So I guess that would be my answer. If you had unlimited money, would you bring back Swords and Stitches? Yeah, for sure. But I think it's really fun. I would probably do it in more of like a, we stream the whole process of making the thing and then edit together that footage with like voiceover or something. So that they're kind of like feeding into each other, you know? Anything in particular you would do a video essay on? Why, yes. A really unhinged Peppa Pig tier list has been on the books for a long time now. What is or was Swords and Stitches? Swords and Stitches was the name of my craft show that I did. I always try to be quick to say that when I first started YouTube, the plan was for my YouTube to be news episodes along with craft videos. Nobody was really doing like nerdy craft stuff at the time. And I was like, oh, well, I know how to make props and costumes and all this other kind of shit. It would be really fun to take things like items, costume pieces, weapons, whatever from games and stuff and make them on the channel. Obviously, there are tons of people who do that now. But I never wound up doing that really the way that I wanted to. And then I was living with Ro and Husky, and Ro started to do Nerdy Nummies. And I was like, this is a good format. So I try to always be quick to say, like, looking back, I definitely just said, what if I did Nerdy Nummies but with crafts? You know? And it was fun and people liked it. But I wish I had been a bit more creative with it, you know? And come up with, like, my own sort of format and figured out what would have worked best for me. We stopped doing it after a while because the resources weren't there. And then I brought it back eventually with Aaron Umatani, who is a good friend of mine, who also loves to just like build shit. And we tried to do like bigger projects, like bigger, more interesting things. But every time we made a video, I was like deeply in the red because I wasn't making any money off of the videos really. So I would try to, you know, like I would pay for all of the supplies and pay for editing and for filming and like all of this stuff. And it just wasn't worth it. So that's why somebody said, if you had unlimited money, would you bring it back? Because I've always said like the reason that Swords and Stitches stopped existing the way that it did is because it never even broke even, you know? So what can you do? Uneconomical. Yeah. Was Patreon an option? At the time that I looked at Patreon, I think a lot of, I don't know. The vibe for Patreon at the time was not extremely positive. I think because everyone was starting Patreons around then. And I also had proven myself to be, and again, I will be very honest about this. I had proven myself to be pretty inconsistent. So I think there was this feeling of like, if I did start a Patreon, it would have to be the sort of Patreon where it was like, I only get paid if I make a video, right? But like, I would feel really shitty if I started the Patreon and then like almost never made a video, then like what would the point be? So I just didn't wind up going that route because I didn't want to hype up a Patreon and then not be delivering content through it, you know? Yes, yeah. So study hall now is just like, you know, little art projects, little craft things, really small, chill scale stuff. Yeah, which again is not what I would do. Patreon has an option where you say, I don't get paid unless I make the content, right? Which is what I would have done. I would have said, if you want to contribute to the Patreon, awesome. You won't get charged anything unless I've actually made the thing. But like, yeah, it would still suck to be like, guys, I'm starting a Patreon because I'm going to do lots of Swords and Stitches stuff and it's going to be amazing. And then, you know, I just like didn't make anything. I don't know. I've never been able to figure out how to be a more consistent person that way. Streaming, I've been way more consistent with streaming than I have been with any other form of content that I've ever tried to make. So how are the fits on the Neon Divide shirts? I was thinking of getting some, but I'm worried about the size. So the ones that I got are smalls. I got Sam extra large and they fit him perfect. Ugh. But unisex small. I'm 5 foot, if that's helpful at all. Hi, Nomad. Where? There it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. This shirt design specifically, and I don't think that it's up there anymore. But whatever shirt it is that they decided to print this design on is like insanely comfortable. I'm making my shoddy lessons learned presentation for today. The red of your beanie is so red that it eats all detail. This is the hat that that I made with my nephew and my kid. This is the one that my mother-in-law made, and when it was almost done, was like, I just realized that I've stitched it on the wrong side, and I was like, that's fine, I'll wear it. And I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm wearing it. And the one that that we helped my nephew make, he put it on, and my mother-in-law was like, that is such a cool hat, isn't it? And he was like, I mean, it's all right. I was like, I love how honest kids are. My mother-in-law was like, aren't you excited to wear that to school? You made that. And he was like, I'm probably not going to wear it to school. I was like, damn. That's okay. Kids have no filter. It's true. I love it though. It looks great. Throws it in the closet, never to be worn again. You know? It's very swaft. want grandchildren, she said. This lady, homie, if she could have 20 grandchildren, even then, I don't know if she'd be sated. This, like, I've never met somebody who loved hanging out with kids as much as my mother-in-law does. She wound up with 5 kids and consistently talks about how pissed she is that she didn't have more. Like, what? What are you talking about? 5 kids is so many already. That's already so many children. And, you know, and meanwhile, Sam and I are like, one's good. I think one's good. I think one is fine. We're fine. We're good, actually. Anything over 2 is a lot to me. Yeah. My mom had 3. I feel like a lot of people wind up with 3, but 3 is such a dicey number because then, look, you wait long enough and your kids are just gonna meme the shit out of it, right? I'm the youngest. I get so much shit for being the youngest. My sister gets so much shit for being the oldest. My brother gets so much shit for being the middle child. You can't win with 3. You can't win with 3 kids. She was trying to start a baseball, cricket, rugby, soccer team. Yeah. They have like those strollers that are like daycare strollers. It's basically a stroller bus. There's just like slots for like 10 kids in there. And I saw one for sale on Facebook Marketplace the other day, and I sent it to my mother-in-law like, you need this. That's for you. You and your 6 going on 15 grandchildren. I'm one of 3, and I think we all came out okay. Oh, for sure. I also feel like the saving grace for our family was that we were all born so far apart. You know, the typical sort of like I hate you shit. A lot of that didn't exist because my brother's 11 years older than me, right? Like, he wasn't fighting for the same type of attention that I was. He did trip me when I was trying to learn how to walk, though. Which is my favorite story, because whenever somebody in the family tells it, they're horrified. They're like, can you even believe that he tripped you when you were learning how to walk? Unbelievable. I think that shit's so fucking funny. He was like, fuck this kid. Hilarious. And then my, you know, I don't know how much I've talked about my sister really, but my sister is like a straight up gangster. Like, immediately went to beat the shit out of my brother. And everyone was like, what? Stop. So. And meanwhile, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was just trying to walk, you know? I was just trying to like move on to the next stage of my life. Their age difference is 6 years. So my sister is 17 years older than me, and my brother is 11 years older than me, which is again why I've been saying, like, the three of us get along fine. We're fine, you know. But you know, we didn't have to. We weren't like. None of us were in the same stage of life, you know. I was just trying to walk. Sounds like the most innocent thing I've heard in my life. Well, you know, once you have a kid, and I mean, you don't have to have a kid to think about this, but like, how crazy is it that babies are born and they like have zero perspective? None. No perspective on anything. Something that seems so inconsequential can happen, and legitimately to them it is the worst thing that has ever happened in their life. How buck wild is that? My brother and I are 2 years apart. We fought all the time out of boredom. Yeah. Kids are wondrous and terrifying. They are. I agree with that. Wholeheartedly. So fun, though. Clark comes up with shit. You know, my brain has been too cemented, too solidified by adulthood. Clark will say shit that makes me go, I never would have thought of that. Oh, yeah. Well, I would say, you know, my brother had what, like 3 or 4 years there where he was still living at home, and I was a fully functioning human that just wanted to hang out with him all the time. That's where the stories about him and his best friend rolling me up in a rug and putting me in the car and calling it a game. That's where that sort of shit comes from. Joke's on them. I thought that was so fun. I would escape and then get back inside and be like, do it again! Yeah, joke's on you. This is a secret bonding experience. The rug story literally sounds like part of your murder wedding. Yeah. My brother and his best friend, they rolled me up in a rug, and then they carried me outside and put me in the car and closed the doors. And I wriggled out and got out of the car and then ran back inside and was like, can we do it again? And my brother looked so exhausted. Like, just please leave me alone to hang out with my friend in peace. I'm begging you. Absolutely not. I've been rolled up in my fair share of rugs. I'm delighted that somebody else has experienced this. My worst shenanigan was using the door frame to get to the top shelf of the pantry for the candy. Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of the things that I can think of that my brother used to do was stuff that I think he was doing to try and make me leave him alone. And it never worked. It never worked. It didn't ever do the thing, you know? Sorry. I don't know if you guys could hear that. One of the chickens literally just full on screamed outside. I'm gonna take a light swing because I've been hearing that noise a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and say that was Bergie. Cause you know, she's just pissed at everybody. Nobody gets her. Nobody understands what she's out here trying to do. She's trying to create life, you know? And everybody just wants to mess around. Why does nobody get that she's trying to do some serious shit out here? It's gonna be wild one day when she just like wakes up and goes, oh my God, I've been sitting in this coop for days. I literally every day, I have to take her out of the coop. And the second she's out of the coop, she runs to eat food. Like she's obviously starving, right? I take her out of the, for anybody who has not been here for a Bergie story recently, she is broody, which means that there's, you know, there's a really fun biological clock in her head right now that's like, there are eggs and I have to sit on them to make small chickens. I need to do that. I'm a mom. I have to be here. This is my whole job, right? We don't have a rooster. We don't have a rooster, which is required for eggs to become baby chickens, right? So she's, none of them are going to turn into chickens, right? That's not a thing that's going to happen. But she doesn't know that. She's a sweet broody lady, except she's not. Except she growls at everybody and screams all day and will not leave unless I make her leave. So every morning I have to take her out of there. Sam had a really good idea, actually, that I should do. Sam said that what I should be doing is instead of opening up the run in the morning to like get to them, instead I should open up the back of the coop and try to grab Bergie and take her out of the coop altogether and close it up and let her just free roam a little bit so that the other two can actually just like lay their eggs in peace because they have to fight over the coop because she won't leave. It's insane. This poor bird. Like, thank God she loves me, you know? Thank God we had this whole bonding experience where her foot was just on fire and I had to give her little foot baths every day, and she and I became best friends because every single time I open that coop, she growls, and all of her feathers fluff up, and she's so mad that I'm there. But if I reach out, she does not peck me. She lets me just pick her up and take her out of the coop, but she wants me to know that she's mad about it. She does not like it. She's angry. She's a mom. Oh, my poor girl. It will go away. Yeah, it's like an animal being in heat. It's not a forever thing. It just lasts a little bit. And you can break it. I've been unsuccessful at it. So what are you gonna do? I'm just trying to make sure that she eats and she drinks water and that everybody gets to lay their eggs where they want to lay them, because I do not want them laying eggs at random places in the yard. Ugh. It doesn't happen to all of them. No. Do chickens like being pet? If they've been handled since they were babies, they'll be really chill about it, yeah. And some of them will even like go in for snuggies. All of these chickens we got as adults. So. Oh yeah, if I wanted more chickens, I could just, literally this is what people do. I could literally just order fertilized eggs and put them underneath the broody chicken and be like, nice, hatch those for me. Love you. I don't want more chickens right now. I do not have the space. I don't want that. Yeah, just do your thing. Do your thing, my sweet girl. Is getting a rooster too much work? That creates the exact same issue. That creates the same problem. I do not want fertilized eggs. Also, roosters are so loud. They are so loud. If I want all of my neighbors to hate me, I will get a rooster. But otherwise, I will not be getting a rooster ever. 80% of roosters are mean. Yeah, the times that I've been pecked really bad have been roosters. Which, like, sometimes when people get roosters, it's in the hope that the rooster will protect the hens, right? But not from me. Don't peck me. You mean bitch. Why are you like this? I should get a rooster to keep those pesky neighbors away. Yeah, when I was growing up, we had 2 roosters, and they just competed. They just competed crowing all day long. And then my dad was like, I'm over this. We're gonna eat one of the roosters. I don't want to do this anymore. I hate this. But the other rooster was still so loud all the time. No, sadly, at the time I was a small child and I was not looking at anybody in the eye, including chickens, and calling them mean bitches. But that was the energy I had. I was once hired by a farmer to take care of a rooster in return for a night stay. Oh no. It is a cozy Saturday. I cannot complain. I think we're gonna go on a walk today. We went to the craft store. We made banana pancakes, which again, I cannot eat. So, you know, it's entirely a Clark thing, but she ate all of them, so I'm delighted. Yeah, and the only other thing Clark is asked to do today is go for a walk. So, nice. Yeah, banana pancakes are the easiest shit. Oh my god, if you have a little kid and they're able to eat, it's literally just bananas and eggs. If they can eat bananas and eggs, you're gold. The ratio is 1 banana to 1 egg. And that's it. You whip up the egg, you mash the banana, you mix it together. We add in some oats, and my kid's obsessed with chia. Just fine, just great. So we put chia in there and cinnamon. That sounds almost too easy. Clark loves them, has loved them since she was like able to eat finger food because that was the first time I made them. It's great. Protein pancake mix. Yeah. This house is cursed because Sam hates the taste, smell, flavor, consistency, all of it of banana. And then I've developed in adulthood, I've developed an allergy to bananas, right? So meanwhile, our kid loves them. So we always have them. We always have bananas in the house, but Clark is the only person who can eat them. I know. Bananas do so many wonderful things. Yeah, it's I'm like allergic to the enzyme in the fruit. I talked about this recently, so I'll keep it super short. But basically, one day I was eating a banana and I was thinking to myself, it's so weird that every time I eat a banana, my mouth burns a little bit. And then the second that I like legitimately said that out loud, my brain went, that's not normal. That shouldn't be happening. And looked it up, and it's an allergy. Does that happen with pineapple? I think that happens to everybody with pineapple. Pineapple eats you back no matter who you are. You know, there is no bias with pineapple. Pineapple just wants to consume. Oh my god, pineapple enzymes eat everyone, which is why baristas who deal with a lot of pineapples end up with no fingerprints. Is that a thing? Wait a minute. Pineapple, no fingerprints. Myth or fact? Do workers who cut up pineapples eventually have no fingerprints? Supposedly it's caused by the action of the proteolytic enzyme called bromelain, which as an amino acid dissolves them. But is this true? Even though this particular pineapple property has been referenced by many authors and scriptwriters of the crime world, it just ain't true. The myth probably originated from the fact that bromelain acts as a meat tenderizer. What the fuck website am I on? If you remember last time when we wondered if we cut off our fingertips, would they look the same as before when they healed? Where am I? What website is this? Is this should I be getting facts from this website? Fingerprint removal surgery? Can I remove my fingerprints with plastic surgery? Oh my god. Not a question I've been asked in consultation, but technically it could be done. However, it would be quite painful, the recovery would be quite extensive, and I would also be a bit suspicious as to why anyone would request this. If you cut off all your fingertips, the FBI will just print your feet, and then you're right back where you started. These answers are so funny. So generally the vibe here is, yes, you can do it, but your fingerprints have so many nerves. Like, your fingers are designed to feel so many things in such intricate detail that if you did anything that would result in your fingerprints being gone, recovery from that would be so long and so painful that surely it is not worth it. So there you go. Oh my God. I shouldn't be reading this. So now I'm winding up looking at a bunch of websites and articles about how apparently mobsters used to go to surgeons to get their fingerprints removed. But like, what? Is it illegal to alter your fingerprints? Technically, no. We're learning a lot today. Ear prints? Ear prints? Your ear print is unique? What does that mean? This is a Shure SM7B. It's a very expensive microphone. I want you to know that ahead of time before you go look it up. But it's a very good microphone. The conical shell shape of your ear is unique to you. I'm trying to imagine, though, how do you take someone's ear print? Also, in what scenario would you be at a crime scene and you're like, somebody grab that ear print? You know? Isn't fingerprints being unique like bunk science anyway? Well, the last time that I like actually researched it was when I was pretty young, but I did an entire big science project on it. And at the time, all of the information pointed toward fingerprints being unique, yes, even between twins. So if you test the DNA left behind, that could potentially read the same as somebody else's DNA, but the print itself should be unique to you. But I'm not a science boy. I'm not a detective. I don't work for the police. Please research things yourself. Please don't take my word for anything ever. Okay, cool. I think I covered my bases. Dukes is a science police boy, 100%. No! Only in D&D. I'm a police boy in D&D, and that's it. And that's it. D&D is real life. God, I hope not. Is on a watch list for searching too much about pineapples. Dooger facts. Oh my gosh. I do. I want to do another Chilluminati episode. I want to do an episode about fairy circles and like circle imagery when it comes to magic and like folklore. I think that would be a really fun episode. Angel Eye Wings, welcome. What song was the previous one? One moment. Green Hills by Helynt, Helynt. And now we're back to Moog City. This is the first time I've heard of Chilluminati, but the title already has me hooked. Okay. If you want to listen to a podcast, I'm biased. I will say right off the bat, all of the people on this podcast are good friends of mine, and I think that they're all just absolutely funny, hilarious, wonderful human beings. But Chilluminati is a podcast where they basically deep dive into the supernatural, aliens, like weird internet conspiracies, all of it. And it's really funny. It's really, really good because they've got a good spread. There's like one person who 100% believes everything, all of it. He is fully 100% in. And then one of them is our good, lovely friend, Jessie. Jessie is the person who takes absolutely everything with a heaping tablespoon of salt, right? Like, doesn't really believe any of it. Finds some things interesting, but is always trying to find the, like, logical explanation for things, right? And then our last lovely person, Alex. Alex Faciani is like kind of in the middle. He kind of goes either way. But I did an episode with them. Where I talked about I basically tried to trace back where garden gnomes came from. And it was really fun. Like, why are there garden gnomes all over the place? Why is that such a thing? And it was really interesting for whatever reason. It was really, really interesting to find all of these different cultures that have some form of like thing that looks like what we think of as like a gnome creature. But a lot of them were like tomta, house spirits, family spirits, that sort of a thing. And it got sort of like skewed and co-opted at a certain point. But there are lots of different places where that imagery exists. The red cap and the small frame and the mischievousness and like, kind of borrower style living somewhere in the house but being invisible, and like all of these other really interesting elements like pop up a lot. That describes you right now. And here we are. Yeah, it's Mathis, Alex Fasciani, and Jesse Cox. Those are the three duders on there. And they have really good chemistry for that sort of a thing. My mom has a gnome addiction. They just show up around the house. I'm so sorry. Growing up, we had like a few different garden gnomes, but they were hidden like in the woods, which as an adult now looking back feels so fucking trolly. My dad would just like hide them in the wood. Like we had so much of our land was beautifully landscaped, but the second you went out in the woods, we had this like weird little woodland walk that was never like really cultivated. It was just where I always went as a kid because I liked it. There were like weird little gnomes, weird little garden gnomes that were just like hidden in the woods. So obviously it is my goal now as an adult to get a piece of property that has even just like a little bit of woodlands that I can hide garden gnomes in. So that my kid can have the same beautiful childhood experience that I did. Maybe this will terrify a stranger someday as a fun way to approach your forest. I agree. Do we have any trolls? I don't think so. They were there to keep evil spirits away. They were there to keep the Fae company, you know? Makes me want to find an abandoned cave somewhere and fill it to the brim with gnomes. As someone who literally just tried to fill a bathroom with smiskies, I can tell you, the second that you conceptually in your mind you think, I just want this weird imagery to be everywhere, you're gonna realize how much that actually entails. Smiskies. Allow me to show you. I have a fuckload of these. They're blind boxes. They're little glow-in-the-dark blind boxes with these weird little people in them called smiskies. These are smiskies. So I went to a store with Danny or Yozima, and I bought so many of these, and I unboxed all of them on stream. And I had such big plans. I was like, I'm going to go home because at the time I was trapped in Oregon waiting to go back to England to be with my family, right? I was like, this is going to be incredible. I'm going to go home with all these fucking Smiskies, and I'm going to fill the guest bathroom with them because they glow in the dark. It's going to be so weird. And you know, once they were all in the bathroom, it was oddly underwhelming. I felt like I needed double the number of Smiskies. And then, you know, my kid was big enough to just like pick one up and walk away with it. So actually now the true fae creature in this house is my kid, as all toddlers are, because you just will be walking around minding your own goddamn business and suddenly you'll step on or happen to make eye contact with a Smisky just somewhere in the house because someone picked one up and just started carrying it and then put it somewhere. And honestly, like at this point, that's kind of how I feel all Smiskies should be able to live their life. is just getting accidentally hidden places, you know? Falling behind things, getting left in weird rooms. That's their true form. But I do feel like I need, I don't know, like 4 times the number of Smiskies. So. Okay, we're coming up on the top of the hour. And I did promise my kid a walk. So, I hope that it's not windy anymore. It was so windy this morning. Clark was like, it's sunny outside. I'm so excited. And then we stepped outside and she instantly was going, it's cold. It's windy. I need to go inside. I was like, I know. Alrighty. That's so cute. When my brother and I were kids, we took the light bright pegs and pretended that they were gems. We hid them throughout my aunt and uncle's house, and they found those pegs for 10 years. I love that. Can I tell you a less cute version of that? I had lizards for a very, very long time. I had lizards for a lot of my childhood, and all of the lizards that I owned ate crickets. And if you've ever had a creature that eats crickets, you know that sometimes they just escape. Sometimes you just find them not in the box, right? So imagine, if you will, that you're my parents, and to this day, sometimes in the house, you find dead crickets. Just like weird, like nearly dust cricket bodies in places in the house. And then they go, oh, because it reminds them of me, and they love me too much. And they should be horrified or at least annoyed, but they're just not. Leisure Wave, thank you for the 53 months. Arnar, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Saxaz for the 14. Curly for the 63. Lavender Breeze for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Wait. Happy anniversary. Mwah. Thank you so much for all the support and the love. Motley, thank you so much for the 5 months. Unnamed Trans Girl, thank you for the 22 months. Hypixion for the gifted sub. Cytalist for the 52. Next God for the 4. Teviston for the 65. Last Firefight for the 17. Hayes Loves Tacos for the 10. Hi, Carson! Slime for the 66. Arnar for the gifted sub. GK Gamer Fan for the 57. And Carson for the 29. Carson's lovely and very talented. You guys should check him out. Okay. Let's see. Who's doing what? Who am doing what? Bum, 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 bum. What is Kiwo unboxing? What are those cards? Why the question marks in the title? Because I reached out to Jesse asking if he wanted to do more We Were Here, and I haven't heard back. But if I do hear back, I'm willing to last minute just decide that we're doing We Were Here. Sure. Let's go say hi to Kiwo. I know, I haven't seen Kiwo in a long time either. Go say hi. Spread love, spread joy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for Saturday Morning Dooger. Maybe I'll see you later to do more We Were Here. We'll see what Jesse says. But if not, next time that I will be on anything will be tomorrow for Godforged. And then Monday, we will have our next normal stream. Okay? Thank you all very much. Take care. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.